Hello student, welcome back. This is Vasan Naik from Canara Engineering College. In the last session, we have studied two types of flip-flop, that is SR and D. SR means set and reset, D means data. In this session, you will see the one more classification of the flip-flop, that is JK. So the diagram shows, the block diagram shows JK flip-flop, then truth table, then transition table, characteristic equation and timing diagram. So JK flip-flop is the extended version of SR. So it is an extended version of SR. The JK flip-flop has three input here. You can see J, K and clock. The J input correspond to S, K input correspond to R, and we have two output here, Q and Q bar. So first you will see the truth table for the JK. So when J is 0, K is 0, output is 0, that is last state. When J is 0, K is 1, the flip-flop is said to be reset. The flip-flop will reset during the either negative edge of the clock or during the positive edge of the clock. In this case, we are using positive edge triggered. So here you can see the clock signal is represented with the arrow. So positive edge triggered, it is a positive edge triggered. When J is 1 and K is 0, the clock is said to be set. When both are 1 and the clock is said to be, when J is 1 and K is 0, the output of the flip-flop is said to be set. When J is 1 and K is 1, both are 1, output is said to be toggle. So output will toggle to the output is a toggle of the previous state. Suppose the previous state is 0, then output will be 1, or previous state is 1, output will be 0. This will continue as long as J is 1 and K is 1. So this is the one of the advantage of JK. If you consider JK with SR, both are same actually, except the last condition, that is when in the case of SR, when both S is 1 and R is 1, then that condition is not allowed, and that condition is called as illegal condition or forbidden condition. So in order to avoid that one, this is the modified version of the SR, where when J is 1 and K is 1, output will toggle. So this is the truth table of JK. Now we will see characteristic equation and the timing diagram of JK. So in order to draw the characteristic equation, here we are taking three inputs. One is J, K and Q. Q is the last state. So based on that, we will define the next state. So when there are three inputs, we have 8 combinations. I have already explained this in my SR flip-flop session. So 8 combinations are from 000, 001, 010, 011, 100, 101, 110, 111. So here, as I said, when J is 0, K is 0, that is this combination, when J is 0, K is 0, output remains last state. So here last state is 0 and 1, so output remains 0 and 1. When J is 0 and K is 1, output becomes 0, reset, irrespective of last state. When J is 1 and K is 0, output becomes 1. And flip-flop is said to be set. When J is 1 and K is 1, output will toggle of its last state. So here you see first you take last state is 0, output becomes 1. When last state is 1, output becomes 0. So this is the toggling of the output compared to the last state. So now this one you have to represent in K-map, and when you solve this one, you will get the equation for this characteristic equation, which describes the next state as a function of a previous state and input. So this is the characteristic equation. Now we will see the timing diagram of JK. So this is the timing diagram. Here you can see how the clock signal. The clock is a positive edge triggered signal. So this is the positive edge triggered. Clock is a positive edge triggered. This is the positive edge of the clock. Positive edge triggered means during the positive edge of the clock, the output of the flip-flop will change. Now we'll see the first, this one, first positive edge of the clock. Before that, you see, we will assume the output is the last state, that is 0. And during the first edge of the clock, J is 1, here J is 1, value of J is 1 and value of K is 0. So output will be set. So you see output Q will be set till the next positive edge occurs. At this stage, J becomes 0 and K becomes 1. That means output will reset till the next positive edge occurs. So till the next positive edge, till the next positive edge occurs. At this stage, J is 1 and K is 1. Both are 1. Both are 1 means output will toggle. So toggle of the previous state. So previous state is 0 here. So output will toggle to 1. But there is a small shift that is indicated by the propagation delay TP. The propagation delay are called as a gate delay. So there is a small shift in the output when you give the input. So when you give the input, instantly output will not appear. There is a small shift in the output this one diagram. You can see that delay is called as propagation delay. So this is the timing diagram explanation for JK. Now we'll see JK, master and slave. Actually, you can design JK with the two master and slave flip-flops as shown here. Actually, JK is the modified version of SR in order to avoid the two design related problems in SR. That is, one is called as a racing condition, other one is when S and R is 1, it leads to unexpected state or illegal condition. So now we will see JK master slave. So this diagram shows the master slave. So now the question comes, why we need two flip-flops. Here two flip-flops are connected. One is called as a master, other one is called a slave. That is, master works during the positive cycle. Here you can see the clock signal is connected to the master, and same clock signal goes through inverter and it is connected to slave. So master works during the positive cycle and slave works during the negative cycle. Now your question comes, why two flip-flops are required if the output of the JK flip-flop, master flip-flop is truth table for the JK, master is same as truth table for the slave also, and final truth table is same. In that case, why two flip-flops are required? Why two flip-flops are should be connected like this? This is because to avoid the racing condition in design problems. So here you can see this clock is given during the positive cycle, and during the positive cycle of the clock the master will work, and during the negative cycle of the clock slave will work. That means during the positive cycle this flip-flop master latch will work based on the input J and K, and that will provide the output to the slave, that will feed the slave, and slave will work during the negative clock cycle and provide the final output. So finite state machine, flip-flop as a finite state machine. Here we will see the concept flip-flop as a finite state machine. Finite state machine concept offers better alternative to the truth table in understanding the progress of sequential circuit with the time. So you can see here you will see a FSM of SR flip-flop, D flip-flop, JK and T flip-flop. Now we will take first SR flip-flop. We know there, so FSM is represented by two states, state 0 and state 1. State 0 and state 1. Now, state 0. So to move from the state 0 to 1, what is the value of SR? We have to decide. When SR is equal to 0 and 0, flip-flop will remain in the state 0 only. When SR is equal to 1, so suppose flip-flop is 0, I mean in state 0, then it will remain in that state only, reset only. To move from 0 to 1, SR value should be 1, 0. When SR value is 1, 0, then output of the flip-flop will move from 0 to state 1. Similarly, if the flip-flop is in, output of the flip-flop is in state 1, and if you give SR value is equal to 0 1, then it will move from state 1 to 0. Suppose the flip-flop is in state 1, and if you give the SR value 0 0, it will remain in that state only. Or if it is already in state 1 and if you give the SR value is 1 0, it will remain in that state only. So this is the representation for SR. Now we will see the representation for JK. So in JK also we will take two states here, 0 and 1. Now when you give the value of JK 0 0, it will remain in 0 state only. And when you give the value of JK 0 1, we know when you give the value of JK 0 1, it will be reset. Reset means 0. That means it will remain in this state only. To move from 0 to 1 state, the value of JK should be that is 1 0. When the value of JK is 1 0, it will move from 0 to 1. And when the value of JK is 1 1, then it will move from 0 to state 1. Similarly, suppose if it is in state 1, then if you give the value of 0 0, then it will be in last state only, that is state 1. Or if it is in state 1 and if you give the value of JK is 1 and 0, it will be in that state only. And to move from state 1 to 0, the value of JK is 0 and 1. If you give J 0, K is 1, and if it is in state 1, then it will move to state 0. Or it will get transition to state 0. If it is J is 1 and K is 1, it will move to state 0. So this is related to JK. Now we will see D flip-flop. So here, in case of D, once again we have two states, 0 and 1. When data input is 0, then it will remain in 0 state only. When data input changes to 1, then it will move from 0 to 1 state. In the state 1, if it is in state 1 and data input is 1, it will remain in that state only. And if the data input changes to 0, then it will move from state 1 to 0. So next flip-flop is T, that is a toggle. So here also we will consider two states, 0 and 1. If it is in 0 state and if T is 0, this will remain in that state only. And to move to state 1, the value of T should be 1. That is, the value of T should be 1. If T is 1, it will move to the state 1. Next, and if it is in state 1, and the value of T is 0, it will remain in that state only. And if it is state 1 and value of T is 1, it will move to complement of this one, that is 0. So this is the FSM representation of JK. In the next session we will see excitation table for JK, for the flip-flops, that is E table or excitation table for flip-flop. Thank you.